welcome to Ed Fluential Sports, where passion meets precision. It's I'm your host Ed, diving deep into the plays, players, and stories shaping the game. And today I got my guy Stu here with me. Say what's up to the people.
What's up, everybody? Stu here. Thanks for having me on it.
With that being said, we're gonna get into the Royal Rumble and talk about that. So we'll start with the women's. I thought the women's Royal Rumble was really good. My big, not too many issues I had with it. Some of the eliminations felt kind of weird. Like how you eliminating Becky Lynch. I don't know why WWE loves this heel versus heel thing. The Bella Twins eliminating Lyra and Bayley. Wasn't a huge fan of that. And then to Kyrie Sane coming in at 28 as if you didn't have anybody better to insert in that spot. So I guess Bianca is still hurt. But overall, it was a really good Rumble. Liv winning, it made sense. Was it predictable? Yeah. But predictable doesn't mean bad. She's been in every Royal Rumble. She was runner-up back-to-back years. Her winning for the first time made perfect sense to me.
Yeah, I completely agree. Liv, she's had a great show in the past 2 years. So, the fact that she was able to win it this time was really good. A lot of people, they were, saying like a lot of people, Liv, Morgan, maybe Bianca, I saw some Tiffany's out there. I was very happy that she did not win. We can get into that a little bit later. But yeah, like you said, some of the eliminations were a little shocking. And some of the chants like during the women's rumble was a little weird too. Like, you had them chanting for Cena and whoop that trick. I mean, for obvious reasons, but it's like, can you let the women like do what they need to do? Like let them have a good match. Don't worry about the stuff that doesn't have to do within the ring.
Yeah, then I thought the Judgment Day, all three of them stood out. Didn't like how early Roxanne got eliminated. She could have lasted a bit longer. Kiana James had a really good showing. I was very impressed with what she did. She was the MVP of the match to me. But then Soul, Ruka, and Lash, they did their thing later on in the Rumble. Like, they had some cool spots. I also didn't like the ending when Soul tried to do the Soul Snatcher on the apron. That looked really dumb, and she's not strong enough to eliminate two people. So why are all three of y'all on the apron at that point?
Yeah, exactly. I got a little nervous because again, it goes back to I think last year's with the Liv or whichever one Rhea won. I think that was 2 years ago, where once again Liv's on the apron, and you think like, here we go again. But Liv was able to sneak that win out. That was good. Soul Ruka, she had some good spots, but yeah, that last one that was a little scary right there. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Which I think who else had like a really good showing. Like Lyra, she did pretty good in the match. I think she had the best gear of the night, like honestly. The long feathers and all that was pretty cool. Again, like you said, you brought up Brie Bella and the Bella Twins and stuff. That stuff was all right. Lash Legend being able to eliminate some good people, that was pretty good. Yeah, I didn't expect Charlotte to be the Iron Woman. That was a little crazy, but I get it, I guess. How do you feel about the beginning of the match, like with Alexa and Charlotte starting it off?
The beginning was stupid. I thought that was one of the worst ways to start it. It's like they aren't actually, like, even when Charlotte did eliminate Alexa, it was like it was clearly on accident. Like you can't. Yeah. It's hard to build tension in the Royal Rumble unless you do what Liv did and just eliminate Raquel. But it's like Raquel, you got a title match coming up anyway, so you'll be fine. You don't need the Rumble win. But it's like Liv and Charlotte. I don't see the justification yet. Them starting was stupid. It's just them hugging each other, fake wrestling. Like it wasn't like they didn't actually try to go after each other. Then Charlotte eliminated her by accident. That was a dumb way to start it.
And then, I don't know if you have it on you, but like how long Jordynne Grace was in there? She was in there pretty, like, she wasn't in there that long at all. Like, she got eliminated by Lash Legend, which is fine. But, you have this whole build up between her and Jade. And it's like, you only last like maybe 5 minutes in the Rumble. Why do you deserve a title shot now? I'm still cool with their feud, but you know what I mean? Like, I kind of wanted Jordynne to have a bigger performance than she did,
Yeah, she just shouldn't have been in it to begin with because it don't make sense. You're already feuding with the champion. So it's like you should be getting the shot soon. Shouldn't have to wait with 3 months to get the shot. So I don't remember how long she lasted, but I forgot who eliminated her too.
Jordynne.
Yeah,
it was Lash Legend.
Oh yeah.
And we're not on it yet, but when we get to the Drew match, we can talk about why Jade versus Jordynne should have been on the card.
I mean, you could have just added it. It was only 4 matches on the card.
Yeah, exactly. And again, Drew versus Sammy was such a formality. Like, you knew Drew was going to win. So it's like,
But
But
yeah, the women's rumble, I'm fine with the winner. Some of the eliminations were weird, but I thought that was the best match of the night.
yeah, I think I agree. I think Liv winning again was the right choice. Predictable, sure, but it doesn't matter. It's not always a bad thing if it's obvious or whatever. Now we just kind of wonder, like, when is Bianca coming back?
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, that's kind of. I wasn't expecting her because of the whole knuckle thing, but it's like, dang, she's really out right now. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, but we can move on to the AJ and Gunther match. How did you feel about AJ Styles versus Gunther?
I thought it was a good match. I knew as soon as he was locked into that sleeper hold, though, I was like, oh man, are they gonna do the same thing as Cena? I am a little surprised that he didn't tap, and we could talk about what happened after the match in a second, but overall, like in the ring, it was pretty good, very physical. Gunther, he's the type of person he'll beat you down. And AJ, he put up a good fight, once we get to the end after AJ, he was about to leave the gloves, but then he didn't. Like, I don't know. We could talk about it in a second, but I thought the match was good though. Me personally, I did pick Gunther to win this match only because I kind of wanted to see the chaos that came with him winning that. Um, and WWE, they kept kind of telegraphing it and kept saying like, "Hey, um, AJ, he wanted a full year for this retirement. He wanted, to do so much more. He wanted to have these matches with all these people. Like they just kept hammering it home like over and over again. And it's like, y'all keep saying this too much. So maybe he will lose. You know what I mean? Like WWE, they are kind of weird with stuff like that. They'll keep telegraphing it. Not as much as when Vince was around, but yeah, just kind of after a while, it's like, yeah, AJ's probably done. And with the whole Shinsuke thing, but I kind of took the Shinsuke thing as like a grain of salt, maybe to like throw people off, but you know.
Yeah, I didn't think the match was good. That's probably it's not the worst. It's the second worst match of the night, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Gunther spammed the chop a lot, which I don't like. Tomohiro Ishii does the same thing in New Japan, and it just gets annoying. It's
Mhm.
like, can you do something else? Like, I get tired of the chop spamming. I don't know how AJ started bleeding. I guess he landed on the table weird.
Yeah, he got
It
a cut on like his
was
forearm or whatever. Yeah.
cut his arm. The refs didn't do anything to clean it up. And the ref looked really silly in the match. He didn't sell the corner spot at all. He clearly was looking at Gunther when he low blowed AJ Styles. Then he
Mhm.
raised his arm once when he was doing the submission, even
Yeah,
though it's supposed
yeah,
to
they're
be.
inconsistent with that.
So I don't get. So it's like throwing some match over his eyes to
Oh
open
wait,
the
hold up.
media,
Okay.
as if. So I'm confused. That's why he
Mhm.
only raised his arm one time. That's like AJ. I don't like the whole. Like wrestlers need to win their matches with one finisher. He hit the Styles Clash. That could have been the end of it. Like Gunther was going to be in the Royal
Mhm.
Rumble anyways. He would have. He won against AJ just to lose in the Royal Rumble. So that's
Yeah,
stupid.
that's Gunther shouldn't have been in the Rumble at that point. Yeah.
It's like the whole gloves thing. I don't think that means anything. He did it to hold up the AJ on his gloves one last time. It's
Mhm.
like if I really think he's retiring. I know people still speculating TNA, but Gunther said, "Put your career on the line." He didn't say WWE. He said career. So that would defeat the purpose of putting his career on the line if he just popped up in TNA on Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Gunther kept saying your career. I think Michael Cole or somebody on commentary kept saying WWE career, but yeah, Gunther said career. So they didn't really talk about just straight up WWE except for on commentary. So we'll see. I kind of took the gloves thing as something very interesting because yeah, he wanted to throw up the P1 more time, but I felt it was like a defiant, like, you know what? Yeah, I'm done in WWE, but maybe I can go somewhere else. Me, I don't necessarily like he lost the retirement match, so I feel like he should be done, period, because it just makes logical sense to me. But if he went to TNA, yes, that would be dumb because they're partnered with WWE. So it's like, what are we doing? I don't really see him going to AEW because he's kind of already faced those guys. I mean, there'll be still some good matches to have, but AJ, he said he's done this year, so
The
I don't.
TNA the TNA partnership don't affect anything because they only work with NXT. So it's like
True.
AJ Styles wouldn't be, and then that's where he started. That's really where he made his name. He didn't start his
Yeah.
career there, but he made his name. So why not retire with the company where you were most famous?
Mm-hmm. And he kind of teased matches during the premiere, with Frankie and all that. So
But he also teased matches in his promo yesterday, and that's
yeah,
not
he
happening.
did. Yeah, true, true. Again, that's why I was saying like they just kept like saying like, oh yeah, he wants more for this retirement tour. It's like, I don't know. um, So yeah, again, we'll just have to wait and see. But I did find it interesting that he didn't like take the gloves off like officially. But again, we just gotta wait and see. So
Yeah, and then you had Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn. I didn't like this match. I felt the booking was really strange for it. For Sami to be a guy that's 0-11 versus Drew and also has never lost in Saudi Arabia, it's like Drew, he got off to a hot start. He's dominant heel, but it's like they've had, even though Drew was continuously beat up on him over the years, you didn't let you didn't let him get minimal offense in. Like it was just Drew McIntyre humiliating Sami Zayn. Like he didn't have to cheat to win, put him through the table. There was a hard bump, but and I'm glad he didn't enter the Rumble because that wouldn't have made sense. Like it was a mediocre match. Then Sammy had like random comeback in the middle of it that didn't make sense. Then Drew, he hit the Future Shock DDT 3 times.
yeah,
I think he kicked out of it. Then he had to hit the Claymore to win it. So it's like if you hit your signature 3 times, that's the equivalent of one finisher. That should win you the match.
And Drew hit Sammy with like 3 Claymores. That first one, when he was like kind of bouncing off the ropes, and then he hit him with one, and then he hit him with one again before he pinned him. But like, yeah, I don't know. The match, it was fine. It was whatever. I didn't really care for it. Like you said, it is the worst match of the night. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The match just didn't need to happen. I'm sorry. It just didn't. Like I saw Sammy winning like the title, but at next year's Mania, like in Saudi, I could see that. But before then, no. Like it's just, again, you're 0-11 and you don't learn at this point. Like you got to do something new to beat Drew. If he's beating you this many times, you got to smarten up. Sami Zayn, he is Mr. Captain. Save a hoe. He is always in someone's business. He's trying to be the hero, but I don't know. You just got to be smarter, Sammy. Man. It's just not. I don't like it right now.
I don't think they did enough with the match either. Drew mentioned his son. Why not have fly his wife and his son out to have them be there? Like if you gonna mention them, why not have them in the live audience? You got the money to do it. How you think that y'all working with Saudi Arabia? So I don't see why they weren't able to do that.
And you had Little Nate as the ref, so I assume some shenanigans were going to happen anyway. There's always a ref bump or something whenever he's refereeing, but nothing happened. So
it was super basic. Drew retaining, that's fine, but it was a very mediocre match.
It was. I agree.
And then the main event, the men's Royal Rumble. How did you feel about the Royal Rumble?
Pretty good. Sorry, my dog just randomly came in here. I thought it was a really good match. We got a lot of surprises. Well, a lot of surprises. I was shocked that Femi came in at 1. I mean, I know they botched the whole Braun Breaker thing from last night or whatever, but Oba had a great showing. I was happy for that. Now it looks like we might get Brock versus Oba maybe at Mania. We'll see. Royce Keys. I was kind of half and half about like how I felt about the name, but them saying it on commentary, it just fit perfectly. Like it was a great to me, it was a great debut for Powerhouse Hobbs, now Royce Keys. The Tron was cool. Chad Gable's back now as a original El Grande Americano, so we might get Grande versus Grande at Mania. LA Knight. I don't know how I feel about the LA Knight thing. I thought LA Knight maybe had a small, tiny chance of winning, but no, obviously not. I might start to believe that LA Knight is buried. I'm still one of the people that believe that he's not, but whatever. And then the main thing, Braun Breaker, that was obviously Seth Rollins, right? That took him out. He was lanky and he looked like Seth Rollins, so I would say that. I don't know, just the men's Rumble felt like it was booked pretty well. Like, the entrance order, the way the match was laid out, all that was pretty good. Like, same with the women's, that was cool too, but I felt like the men's Rumble was a lot more structured. Sorry. So yeah, I don't know. What you think about it though? And La Parka being in there, that was nice too.
The men's Rumble felt weird. Ron Clark had scored on ESPN that Seth was showing up. Then because he said something, I forgot what it was. That's like when somebody came out and attacked Braun Breaker, it's like, okay, so you're gonna put all the vision in the Rumble and you're building up Braun Breaker just from
He's the first one out.
So that didn't make like Oval starting was cool, but it's like why build up Braun to that point to have him get attacked pre-match and then be a quick 5-second elimination. I didn't like them Mr. Iguana and Parker being in it. And then you have other guys that fought for number one contender shots and didn't win their matches, and they're in it, but Finn Balor can't be in it. So that whole Finn Balor segment, it didn't lead to anything. Like, with no progression with that. What else? Yeah,
Rusev.
I'm surprised Joe Hendry wasn't in it. I thought he would be there. I was surprised he wasn't. I thought Chris Jericho would return as well. So neither one of those things happened. So it's not disappointing, but it's just something I expected and didn't get. Oh, but he had a good run. Then he just got abruptly eliminated by Brock. LA Knight and Cody teamed up to eliminate Brock, despite LA having no history with Brock at all.
Which was almost off camera. They almost missed it, you know.
But I thought it was
forever.
I didn't enjoy the men's rumble. I thought it was all over the place and really weird. Like Drew coming in to attack Cody Rhodes. Like, you already beat him. Why are you still chasing Cody Rhodes? You said you didn't attack Jacob Fatu. You shouldn't be involved in that feud at all. So that don't make sense to me. Then Gunther, he came out at 30 after beating. He came in at 30 after beating AJ. Then him and Roman the last two, and Roman get the win after just burying the company the other day.
Yeah. So with the Drew thing, I actually laughed about that because, like, I feel like Drew is such a hater, and in character it makes sense for him to do that. It is, like, logically it's like, why? Because you did beat him already, and he already doesn't have a rematch unless he wins the Rumble. But again, I get it, but I don't know. I just thought it was kind of funny that Drew came out of nowhere and just did that. To me, I laughed about it. And just Jey Uso was kind of dumb in the match too, but you know.
It's like Penta and Ray Phoenix. They both came in like the 20s. They could have been they could have been in the teens. I wouldn't have brought them in at that point. Javon Evans lasted the longest. He was the last longest black guy, so that was surprising. That was cool. I enjoyed that. Cody eliminated Trick, I think, and didn't like that. Like, it makes sense, but it's like, man, they took forever to do the Brock and Oba thing. They just kept staring each other down. Like, they just, like, can y'all get to the fighting part already? Like, that whole thing shut it down. Jacob Fatu looked good. He was on Javon Evans' ass. So.
He was going wild, yeah. So yeah, like you said, with some of the entrances, like Solo, I mean, that was cool. He had to be in it, obviously, but Rusev flying all the way to Saudi just to be in there for a little bit. Matt Cardona, his spot wasn't necessarily impactful. Who else was in there? Again, I didn't really like Jey Uso in the match. I like that. Like, he wasted a lot of time just yeeting, like, and you know, Roman smacked him, you know, after trying to run it back or whatever. But it just, again, I like the match personally just because I like, you know, the performers obviously and how they did Oba in the match. But some of that stuff, I do agree, it was booked a little weird as far as some people in the match. But the rest of it, I was pretty fine with.
The Roman Reigns entrance took a long time too.
It did.
Him and Jay went back to back.
Yeah. How do you feel about, you know, Roman winning though? How do you feel about that?
I think it's the wrong decision in my opinion, because it's like him and Drew, it's like you're rekindling an old feud from years ago. Then him and Punk, I don't think they have great chemistry. Like, especially promo wise, like, it was a lot of stuff that Punk left out during their program last year. Like, it wasn't a guarantee that you could get back to this point. So it's like a lot of stuff, really both of them, that they left out. So I don't think it was like LA Knight winning would have been cool. Braun Breaker would have been cool. If Gunther would have lost to AJ and then won the Rumble, that would have made sense.
That would have made a lot of sense.
He just buried the company, and now he's getting a main event at WrestleMania.
See, yeah, okay, so that's the other thing. So I've seen a lot of hate about that, like what he said, but to me, I took it as in character. That's something Roman Reigns, tribal chief persona, whatever you want to call it, that's what he would say. He would say, like, you know, you guys ain't shit, you know, they need me, you know, y'all can't do what I'm doing, basically, even if he's not around.
He's supposed to be a babyface. They don't make him sound like a babyface.
He's supposed to be, but he's never apologized to Jey Uso.
We know all that, but it's like,
he never changed who he was, so I'm not really surprised that he said that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but that's still not something. But you even went as far as to talk about Nick Khan and Triple H.
Yeah,
that goes further than just storyline. Like, there's no need to mention all that.
Yeah, he said, I like Nick Khan, but yeah.
But what would you give for the Royal Rumble? For a rating, what would you get a Royal Rumble?
Oh man. Like out of 5 or out of 10? What you want?
Out of 10.
Out of 10. I give it like a maybe a 7. No, that's too high. Maybe like a 6. Maybe like a 6, just because like the the Rumble winners were kind of predictable. Like I liked Liv. The AJ Gunther stuff was all right. I wasn't too mad about that. The Drew match, didn't care for it. And yeah, I don't know. I say about a 6. It was a pretty average show, but I didn't hate it though. So yeah, it was a decent show, but not like horrific though.
I give it a 5 out of 10. It
Mm,
was it was just average.
mm.
But yeah, with that being said, make sure y'all leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to both our channels. It's gonna be both our. I'm gonna send you the invite link. That way it can both pop up on both our channels. But subscribe, leave a like, comment, share for us to see. You got anything you want to say before I end this recording?
Nah, man, just appreciate you for having me on. Hopefully we can do this again. First stream, so I'm a little nervous. I was a little fumbling over my words, but it's all right. We here, good vibes. Appreciate you, Ed.
Yep.
All right.
Peace.